Hello, Gaudi class, and welcome to our first lesson on space. For today's lesson, you might need a whiteboard and a pen, or a piece of paper and something to write with. If you haven't already got those, stop the video and go and get them, and start again when you come back. Today's lesson, we're going to look at what we already know about space and answer some questions. So this is our cold task. This is to find out what we already know. So the first question is, who travelled to space first, animals or humans? Now, if you want to, you can just write the word animals or humans, or you can draw a picture. This is a monkey in the spacesuit here. So if you'd like to draw a picture, then pause the video and draw your picture. And then start the video again when you're ready. Or just write the word animals or humans. So which one do you think travelled to space first? Question 2. I'd like you to tell me the name of the first human to ever travel to space. And I need you to choose one of these. So the first human to ever travel to space, was it Neil Armstrong? Was it Tim Peake? Or was it Yuri Gagarin? Now, if you want to, you can just write their initials. So if instead of writing Neil Armstrong, you can write NA. Instead of Tim Peake, you can write TP. And instead of Yuri Gagarin, you can write YG, or you can write their whole name. So what was the name of the first human to travel in space? If you need more time, pause the video and continue when you're done. Question 3. We're going to be looking at the ISS during our history lessons this term. What do you think ISS stands for? Do you think it's A, the International Space Station, or B, inside the space station? You can just write A or B, or you can write the whole of the 3 words if you want to. Totally up to you. So for question 3, what does ISS stand for? Is it A, the International Space Station, or B, inside the space station? If you're writing the whole words, you might need to pause the video again while you finish. Question 4. What was the name of the man who first walked on the moon? So the first person to ever walk on the moon. And again, I just want one. Was it Neil Armstrong? Was it Tim Peake? Sorry. Or was it Yuri Gagarin? So again, you can write the initials NA for Neil Armstrong, TP for Tim Peake, or YG for Yuri Gagarin, or you can write their whole name. So who was the first man to ever set foot on the moon? Neil Armstrong, Tim Peake, or Yuri Gagarin? Again, if you need more time, just pause the video. Question 5. In Slough, there's a very famous observatory called the Herschel Observatory. And what I want to know is, what is so special about it? Is it the building is beautiful, or is it that it was named after William Herschel? So if you think it was A, the building is beautiful, you can either write A, or you can write the building is beautiful. And if you think it's B, it is named after William Herschel, then you can write B, or you can write that whole sentence, it was named after William Herschel. Again, if you need to stop and pause the video, do so. Question 6. What special training do you have to go through to become an astronaut? So there are 5 choices here. We've got A, B, C, D, and E. And it might be a trick question, and there might be more than one answer. So I want you to think about that one carefully. So what special training do you have to go through to become an astronaut? So do you think you have to have medical tests? Do you think you have to have physical training? Do you think you have to have microgravity training? Do you think you have to be able to perform experiments? Do you think you have to learn another language? So for this one, you can either write the letters. So if you think you have to have medical tests and microgravity training, you could write A, C, or you can make a list of the words. So you could write medical tests, microgravity training. So what special training do you think you have to go through to become an astronaut? And you can write down as many of those as you think are right. And the last question is, would you like to become an astronaut? And if so, why? So if the answer is no, that's easy. Why wouldn't you like to become an astronaut? And if the answer is yes, why would you like to become an astronaut? Now this one might be a bit tricky for you to write the whole answer to. So you might need to, ask someone else around you if they can help you write that for you, or even maybe just record you saying the answer so that you don't have to write it all down, because that might be quite a long answer. But if you can write it, then that would be fantastic. So would you like to become an astronaut? And if so, why? We've completed the task part of our lesson. The next part is about training. So we asked, do what you think you have to do. And one of them is you do have to do some physical training. You can add that to your list now if you didn't already. So there is a video, and the link is underneath this video on YouTube, which I'd like you to watch, and it's going to show you how you can train to be like an astronaut. When you've done that, what I'd like you to do as your task is I'd like you to create your own exercise plan for an astronaut. Now, what you could do is you could think of a few exercises that you could put together, and again, ask someone if they could record you doing them or explaining what it is you have to do, and upload those to Tapestry for us so we can see. Are you ready for your challenge, astronauts? Off you go.